So how long with each, like, say, like your original like anime girl piece? Because like those, I've been to your shop a couple of times and I've seen some of the stencils of your original artworks. I've always wondered how long does that take to like actually get on someone's body?
Oh, man. So the physical tattooing time, like once it's all like fitted and it's like been hung on and we dried the stencil. Yeah, man. I mean, if it's in like a good place and the person has like really like taut, easy to tattoo skin or something like that, like it's possible to finish one of those in like 7 or 8 hours, but
holy shit,
it usually is upwards of like 12 or 13.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it really depends.
Oh yeah, that's the Mushoku shirt.
I also AJ's face. He's so precious.
Bro lost his job, and that was the first thing he did.
I just like being able to roll with something like that I really admire that.
Yeah, man.
It's really cool.
Yeah, because I think the Sephiroth you did for my friend Jasmine, that was like what? That was probably like a full arm piece like that, and it was. I think you did that in like, what was it, like 7, 8 hours.
So that one, and that one was a little bit smaller than what I usually do as well.
Right.
That one also had some challenges because it went up onto the shoulder and there were some other pieces to work around. But usually I'll do something where it's like joint to joint. So it's like, elbow to shoulder, or it's like wrist to elbow or something like that.
Right.
And then I try to fit it onto kind of like one flat plane there and make the character work with the musculature of the placement. And yeah, I mean, it's a process. You got to do the lines, then you got to shade it in, then you got to color it in, then you got to touch it up. And it takes a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was in my head. I don't know why I had this funny idea. If I was a tattoo artist, but every single time every like 20 minutes ago, like, they would just be so stressed out. Horrifically stressed out.
Internally, there's a little bit.
I'm like, damn, this is taking long.
Oh man, no. I mean, there are days.
No. I mean, I imagine like you mentioned, right? You need good people skills. I imagine very much so to be able to kind of keep them at ease too. Because it's probably quite a stressful thing for everyone, really.
I mean, you also have to be able to like focus for a really long period of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like in a normal circumstance, a tattoo that large, you would probably break it up. I would say that the majority of tattooers probably do break up tattoos like that. And if it's a local client and you can do that, that's great. But if I have people coming from overseas and like this guy's going to bail, and like I don't know if he's going to come back next year or the year after.
I mean, I've heard you tell me stories of how you used to do like 16 hours straight tattoos and shit like that.
I've done a few.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's so, I mean, and by the end of it, like the client is dead. I'm dead.
You're like just trying to get the wallet out of his pocket. You're like, can I please?
He can't even walk, but I'm pushing him out the door. I'm like, yeah, you're the city's problem. No, of course. No, we give them, we try to make sure when people are there, we try to make a comfortable environment. We give everyone, free stuff to drink. If they want to order Uber or whatever, get something from the convenience store, like we're totally cool with that. Like we all take breaks to like,
of course,
have food and recharge. And we try to keep it, so the environment's nice. But yeah, most of the time when it's game time, like we encourage them to bring their iPads or their Switch or whatever, like lock in, then I lock in with my own music or something and then just, go.
What's on your normal like playlist when you have to lock in?
Oh, so because we play a lot of anime music in the shop and stuff like that, and it's what a lot of the tattooers and the clients like to hear. When I lock in, I usually play a lot of these real like soundscapey things, like a lot of EDM stuff. Like there's this French production group called Circle. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong.
Yeah.
But however the French pronounce the word circle, and they have like all these different DJs, these exotic locations, and they'll do like these 2 or 3 hour sets. And so, or like an hour and a half set or something. And those are really good because it kind of lets you time it to like, okay, that set just ended. So I've been doing this for an hour and a half. It's time to let this person use the bathroom. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it, stuff without lyrics. So it's not as distracting. So I can just really like lock in and zone in.
I wonder why I've never wanted to get a tattoo. It's never interested me.
Maybe because you heard it takes 16 hours.
That also doesn't sound great.
I mean, my Poon Poon tattoo took what, like 20 minutes?
It's like, thank God.
15, 20 minutes.
I should do these every day.
Yeah. It's like, I'll give you an easy job then.
How's the pain, Joey?
Honestly, I think, so I have 2 on this arm and I have one on the top of my spine here. The one at the top of the spine definitely hurt the most because it's on a bone.
Yeah.
Even though it's quite a small one up the top there, because it's all like location based, right? In terms of like
it's where you have the most nerve endings, for sure.
Yeah. Because I've heard like, for example, like Aki's got one like on her inside of her arm here.
Yeah.
And that location hurts like a motherfucker, like way more than this side of your arm because there's just less skin and like muscle to just like cover that spot, right? Like what's the most painful place you would say
I
to
mean,
like get a tattoo?
there's like pain maps and stuff you can Google, but like the general thing is like anything that's on the interior. If you think of like the humans as like the human animal, right?
Yeah.
And our backs are facing outward and this part faces outward. Anything that's inward, like in here, in your belly, your underbelly, like anything in here, it starts to feel like, oh, and like you've got like lymph nodes and shit in here. And like your sternum is like right next to your skin. So while it's tattooing the skin, it's not hitting the bone, but it fucking feels like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's not great. For me, the chest was the worst.
Yeah,
was
it
just
feels like
bullshit.
I can only say this in my experience, but like it kind of feels like if you had someone with like a really, really sharp fingernail just constantly just scratching at you as hard as they fucking can.
That's nice.
It's like, but like they're really like digging into your skin level to the point where it just starts to. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it justice, but that's how I feel.
I can hear the cancellation emails coming.
Yeah. That's just kind of how I felt about it, I guess.
Sure.
But like, I mean, you know, you're tatted up to no end. Like what's it like for you? Do you get used to the pain after a while?
I mean, after a while, like, because your endorphins start like over your life, I don't think you do, but like your endorphins like start firing. So like once you're in it for like a longer piece or whatever, at first you're like, ooh, that's not great. But then after like, you know, a half hour, you're like, oh. And then if you're endorphin, you get like a runner's high. So it's almost like, oh, I could do this all day. But then after a few hours, when that starts to drop off, it starts to go like, then if the breaks get too long, your body like thinks it's over, but then you're back in the chair again. And then it's like, but you know, every tattooer is different. Every person getting a tattoo is different too. So people have different pain thresholds, and tattooers have different kinds of equipment, different ways they were taught, different things they've learned. So some people have a lighter hand, but that isn't always better because like maybe they're doing more passes to accomplish what they want to accomplish. I mean, it really depends.
What made you both want to get a tattoo? Like your individual reasons. for getting tattoos?
I've always wanted to get one since I was in like high school.
Really?
Yeah, just because like I also, again, like back in Australia as well, I hung out with a lot of guys and girls who not only were covered in tattoos, but also, you know, I would back in Sydney, I would actually go to the tattoo shops to hang out with my friends as they were getting tattooed. So like I would get to learn about tattoos and like, you know, make friends with tattoo artists and stuff like that. And I don't know, I always just thought it was like a really cool way of like self-expression, I guess. Which, you know, I'm always down for. But like the reason why, well, there's twofold. The reason why it took so long for me to finally get one. One was I just didn't really know what I wanted.
Yeah.
For one thing, because, you know, I understood like, oh, this thing is on my body permanently. So it needs to be something that, you know, a year later I can't be like, I don't want that anymore because it's not that easy, right? The second reason was that I have a very incredibly Japanese and strict mother.
Yeah, right. I mean,
It's always the mums.
It's always the moms who was just like, if you get a tattoo, I'll fucking kill you. And then when I got my Pokemon tattoo, which is the first one that I got in South Africa, it was my birthday. And basically Aki and all the people around me were like, YOLO, basically. They're just like, just fucking do it, dude. You've wanted one for the longest time. It's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Your mom's going to kill you? Fucking whatever. Just get it done.
you tried.
Yeah, she tried.
Does she watch the show? How did she find out? Did you even try to keep it a secret?
No, well, I did so I went to the convention in September because it was my birthday. It was the end of September. And that year for Christmas, I was going to go back to Australia to hang out with my family. So I was like, maybe during this 2-month period, they won't find out, you know, because I don't know how much of my videos they actually watch.
Oh, you showed it in the video?
Yeah, because it's in my South Africa vlog.
Oh, man.
And so I guess
That's how you broke it to them?
that's how I broke it.
You let him find out for the vlog?
Yeah.
Was this when you proposed? Was this that trip?
No. This is before that.
Okay.
Yeah. The year before.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I came home. Actually, my sister texted me like maybe 2 weeks later. The vlog went up, and she was like, "Yeah, Mom just found out." And I was like, "Oh, how is she?" And it's like, "I'll let you take a guess."
Was she furious?
She was pretty angry. But then I went home and, you know, it was during Christmas and I thought it was going to be the first thing that was going to be brought up.
You unveiled the fucking
I
Yakuza back tattoo.
was preparing for my mom to just be like, sit down, son.
Was she just like sharpening the family katana
sharpening the knife.
on the whetstone?
Being like, if anyone's going to take him out, it's me.
I won first.
Show me the limb.
I brought him
It'll
into
only
this
take a
one.
moment.
I'll take him out. No, but what actually ended up happening was, you know, that talk didn't happen, thankfully. For like the first couple of days I was there, there. And then Christmas Eve.
Thought you were out.
Yeah. And I thought I was like, oh.
The third drink.
Yeah, I was like, maybe she's forgotten about it. Maybe she's like cool with it now the time has passed.
No.
So Christmas Eve happened. It's like me and my family are all at my house and we're all just getting shit-faced as you do. And then my fucking sister.
Oh, she instigated.
Sibling.
This is the job of siblings.
She's getting you back from something you did,
Motherfucker was like, we were talking about, we were talking about this because my sister's partner is also covered in tattoos, right? And Aki's also has a bunch of tattoos, right? So we were talking about, my sister was like, oh yeah, it's like kind of funny like how our partners are like covered in tattoos, but we don't have any, except Joey, right?
That's the most sibling thing I've heard of.
She threw the grenade.
Dude, I like whipped my head so fast. I was just giving her like the, I'm gonna fucking kill you later. And then my mom was like, yeah, let me see it.
Oh, boy.
Oh god.
And
The
so, you know,
reveal.
we're all pretty drunk at this point. So I was just like, yeah, look, check it out. And I pulled it up and it was the Pokemon tattoo. She was just like, this fucking thing starts pinching my arm like this, like really hard. And then that was it. And then she just kind of forgot about it. My sister was looking at me like, wait, you're still alive? Like, what?
Do you think she'd be more pissed off if it was your sister?
I don't know. See, because my sister has also wanted tattoos, but she's also afraid of my mother.
Yeah.
So, but then at the same time, I'm like, well, bro, I've ran the course already.
You're also a YouTuber. How much more can you fuck up?
Yeah, exactly. She was already disappointed in me, you know. So it's like
forget about
she was
it.
like, you fell off already. That's fine. It's like you can't fall that much further.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what I learned. And
Also,
so,
you preloaded telling them because they found out for your video.
exactly.
So
I didn't have to do like the ta-da kind of like, you know, reveal like that. So I feel like I played it smart in that sense.
Yeah, I do love watching those videos of like parents finding out their kids have tattoos
Yeah.
and fucking lose it.
Oh, there's like reaction videos to that? I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Of course there is. Why am I even asking?
And then a month later, I filmed the tattoo documentary and got the Poopin tattoo from you. So I was just like, well, she's cool with one.
Seal's broken.
Oh, yeah, the seal is broken.
What's one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's one more?
Are
Exactly.
you ever going to get a sleeve, Joey?
I don't know. Aki says I'll probably look good in a sleeve, but I just don't know what I want, is the thing.
I feel like you'll tell everyone they look good in the sleeve.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And well, if it's you doing it, everyone will look good in the sleeve.
Exactly.
Surely.
I mean, I'm sure, I wonder how many family disputes
You, of course.
I wonder how much of that I've put into the work. I wonder if there's anybody who's to this day is.
But on the other side, how many people have their lives have been enriched by you?
right? Well, I mean, the true like the victory lap one is if like the mom hates it, the mom cries, the person calls up like, "Can I get rid of this? What can I do?" And I'm like, "There's nothing you can do. Like, I can't do anything for you unless you want another one." And then
There's a whole other industry.
But then eventually, right? When they come back in with their mother, and then the mother gets a tattaoo, that's like the
Wow, that's happened?
oh yeah,
Wow.
The mother, you know, it's like the mom's like, I hate this, can't stop looking at it. God, this did it hurt?
Wow.
How long was it? What? And then, you know, before you know it,
Really?
yeah, it's happened a couple
Wow.
times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
that's like the best thing
that is the best
It's
scenario.
it's great for me, but it's
Wow.
also very wholesome. It's
because I remember in the documentary we filmed and I interviewed for you you told me this really interesting thing where like you surprisingly get a lot of Japanese clients who are of the older generation, like maybe who are already retired, who come in and get a tattoo because now that they're retired, they kind of like freed themselves from the societal shackle.
there's
guess.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
COVID too, when a lot of people went remote, and then I think there's also a lot of circumstances in Japan right now with employment where people are just like, look, we just need people to do these jobs. We are not. I mean, remember, like, you can go into a coffee shop now, for example, and like the barista's got visible tattoos.
Actually, good point. Most of the baristas that I go to, I think some of them have small tattoos.
But dude, like, remember, like years ago, you'd walk into a coffee shop, and if the girl had dyed her hair brown, like the chapatsu, they'd be like, oh, it's unseemly to have dyed hair at a coffee shop. You know, it was
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional. Yeah. Now it's just like, no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people still care, but I think the stuff that people should be caring about, I think people's priorities are shifting
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
with the world.
I mean,
yeah.
also, like, all those businesses have changed too. Like coffee shops have changed too. It's like gone away from the old kissaten.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot more of the like LA style
Yeah,
barista.
Totally.
It's like kind of become a lot more popular.
I still love those old
I
school
do love the
Japanese
kissaten.
kissaten.
Yeah, they're
those things
cute.
I
cool.
love a kissaten.
I love that the cigarette smoke stains on the wall are like so thick at this point.
I love everything. There's nothing better and like warm feeling than walking into a place where the menu is sun bleached to shit.
Love it.
Oh,
Yes.
And you're like,
Yes.
oh, I know this is going to be a nice spot.
Like a faded blue photo, and you're like, it's a photo of coffee beans, but only the blue is left.
If the coffee place in Japan does like those sandwiches, like the sandwich set, you know it's going to be
it's gonna
like,
be fire,
it's like a great place. That
And
has
it's like
stood the test of time.
350 yen for a set.
Yeah, it's like it is a pillar of the community. You know?
They cut off the crust, and sometimes they'll bring like a hard-boiled egg just to like sweeten it.
A hard-boiled egg.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Sometimes you'll
Saka.
be whenever we've gone to like these remote places, like you only have the kissaten for like lunch or something. It's just in this town that is, you know, no one's there, and it's such homely feeling. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" And you're like,
Yeah.
you're the only place in town."
Yeah. Can we get a banging sandwich and a coffee?
And it's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like mom making your breakfast. Like it's someone prepared it by hand. Like,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like you're so spoiled by it. And it's like, yeah, I get why people enjoy Starbucks, and it's great in a pinch. But
Yeah.
you know, when you have to have your pumpkin
Yeah,
spice
yeah.
fix or whatever it is. But man, there's nothing like that.
Totally.
I mean, you won't miss when the Starbucks gone. You'll miss when these grandma and pop places
Yeah.
are gone.
Oh man, it's already
Totally.
happened a couple times.
Well, I mean, it's tough, right? Because a lot of these places, they offer menus. You know, there's a place that I always go by that does curry for like 500 yen, I think. And that can only exist because I have to assume they own the building they're operating out of. And that obviously is a thing that is going to go.
That's got to be it. I always wondered the same thing too. I'm like, there's a guy sitting in this electronics store in
They must own
Nipponbashi,
it. They must
and he's
own
still
it.
selling a Wapro, a word processor, for like $600 basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's still sitting there and like
So you gonna buy it?
smoking, you know, and no one's buying that word. I mean,
But I think because they just don't have to pay as much, you know, for rent. Because
I
rent's the
think he
killer.
must have bought the building
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Because there's a guy near me that I always walk by, and he's naked outside.
What?
I don't think he sells anything. I don't think he even
He's
opens.
just like,
He's
this
just
is my
naked.
building.
he like has no shirt on. He's often like in like underwear, smoking outside.
Yeah.
And like it is obvious that it was a store at some point, but clearly it like at some point it like
The earth has reclaimed it.
It very much that like he gave up on the store, but the store is still there, and it's obvious that it was a store, and it's so interesting because I'm like, what is this? Like, what's the deal? But then sometimes his friends will come by, and they'll all be like smoking and drinking outside.
they
of his
also
store.
naked?
He's the only one that's naked. He's always naked, and he looks pissed all the time. And he looks pissed that I'm looking at him because I'm like, I'm just curious. I'm trying to vibe on what's going on.
It's like, what's going on here? Yeah.
But it's like it's obvious that it was from an era where you owned the shop and it was so fascinating. But we are losing those, and it is a shame because it is such a. I think a lot of the Japan vibe people associate is that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier when I first
Yeah.
came here, and I was kind of
Yeah,
hanging out with
absolutely.
like, you know, all my edgy friends when I was 20 or whatever, and I thought it
Yeah.
was so cool. But like, even like people who are doing stuff like that, like those punk rock kids with like crazy hair and stuff, like you'd, you know, party all night, you'd wake up in the morning, you'd go to that kissaten.
Yeah,
And then you're like, these guys are eating it like the little granny kissaten with the doilies, and then you're like, and then you know, eating those sandwiches for the first time, you're like,
nobody's
yeah,
immune to grandma's
like,
cooking.
Yeah.
Nobody's too good for grandma's
no,
cooking.
no way, dude.
Everyone sits down and shuts up for
No,
like
that's
5
it.
minutes.
That's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can still smoke cigarettes, which used to be
True.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can still do that now. Those keystones, a lot of the
that's right.
keystones, you
A
can
lot
still
of them,
smoke.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the appeal is the weird kind of the beautiful combination of a coffee and a cigarette kind of.
Right.
I brought so many like friends from overseas to Japan to like, and like even like the little small izakayas, like the local izakayas where you can smoke inside, and they're just like, wait, you can do that here? That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
What's the deal with? I keep hearing that they changed like the laws or something, but are these guys getting exceptions, or they're just like, I don't give a fuck? Like,
So I'd heard, and I don't know how true this is, and this is what I've heard from just talking to people, is that if the boss is technically there of the establishment, the person who owns it, you're allowed to smoke. But then I guess some places, the boss obviously isn't there.
so if grandma's the
Right.
boss,
Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
the idea was around the rule change was that a bar, you know, like the classic kind of what Japan is known for, the bar where the guy owns it, he's the guy who's making the drinks, it's like his store. The idea was they want to preserve that, which I think is good because like that, you know, a lot of the time that's like the only way out of this, you know, salaryman hellhole.
Yeah.
It's like let a guy open
a little
up
bit
a
of
bar.
self-care.
Yeah, like, and that guy loves to drink, so he, you know, he opens up a bar. So I think there was a kind of workaround where, like, if you technically the boss was still there and it's been in the establishment, it's been there for a while, it's okay. I don't know. It's a really weird gray zone
Interesting.
where I feel like people are very happy to look the other way as well. In
yeah,
general.
sure.
Like everyone is okay with this kind of weird gray thing where it's like,
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
you don't want to mess up the vibe either, because half of it's not only the food, it's like the entire vibe of being in a place like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, smoking can sometimes be a fucking horrible thing to be around if it's completely forced upon you in every aspect. But at a 3 a.m. bar, I think people understand that it's part of the turf, but also part of the charm at these places. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I like being in these bars. People smoke. It really adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah, it definitely feels like culturally it's on its way out. Like,
Yeah.
that was,
Yeah.
Australia, holy crap. A pack of cigarettes in Australia is like more than a house.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, how
It's-
expensive is it for a pack?
A pack of cigarettes now is like, I think you might have to look it up, but like, I think it's like $40.
Holy shit. Are you fucking with me?
It's, I think it's something like that.
it's like status.
Yeah, $41.
What?
A
It's like a
popular,
Louis Vuitton bag.
a popular 25 pack is now close to $49.
God
so
damn.
when people like travel outside, are they like, bring back the cigarettes?
Oh, dude, do you know how every time I come back home to Australia, so many friends are just like, can you bring me back a packet of cigs, bro?
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
So,
Yeah.
so full disclosure. So when I first came to Japan, like I used to smoke cigarettes.
Well, I mean, if you're in the, I
Naturally,
imagine
yeah.
like,
You're in the tattoo industry.
I was alive in the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I come here and like, you know, I'm like cigarettes in America at that time were like $3 or something. And I came to Japan and it was like, they were 175 yen. And I was like,
And you can
what?
buy from the vending machine too.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I gotta quit. I have to quit. But remember, I'm living on an island full of old people. All they
all
do is
smoking.
smoke and drink and fish, and that's it. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I gotta stop. And I'm walking by these vending machines and like these like mild
beautiful
sevens
glow.
or whatever. Oh my goodness,
the glow
dude,
in the
calling to me.
evening. Come and smoke,
The
Benny.
stars under the night. There's no light pollution. Only the lone vending machine.
They
And,
look
like,
so
and, you know,
welcoming.
and you're looking at the ocean, like enjoying your cigarette. So it was so hard to quit. It was like
Yeah.
they do not make it easy.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah,
way
totally.
too affordable.